Alright, welcome to the finals, JMATS, GenerationD20.com. Looks like we got a good sport in the finals. Yes, we want to play first. And no, we don't want to mulligan. This is one of those hands where, depending on what he has for early action, if he gets off to a slow start at all, we could have him at 8 life before he knows what hit him. So in my mind, it's pedal to the metal. I would like to go cackler, thug, kill. Playing green, there's a lot of 2-drop possibilities. And if you did call the conclave, I'd probably dreadbore right away just to cut off his whole populate strategy. But that is exactly what I wanted him to do. I can't think of an instant that would stymie me there. And that puts me in a pretty good spot where if he puts out something that actually battles well against me, I can dreadbore. Okay, so he has that, which probably means he is going to be able to populate next turn. Rootborne defense, possibly. And that's a reason not to pile up too much on these, although when I put the Deviant Glade on him, he made me wishing he could exile it. And Dreadbore, playing that, I'm going to do it just because I think the Rootborne defense is there. And I would rather lose the removal spell and keep my guys than run my guys into a bad situation. So now, Splatter Thug presents a pretty big challenge. You can kill a whole lot before he starts getting dealt damage. Although healer's a good pull for him. And those knights with vigilance actually are pretty good too, because he can attack in. Still have him back on defense. Here, I like the traitorous instinct on the healer. Because it makes the likelihood that those knights are dying pretty high likelihood. And it might mean that he's double blocking on the cackler, taking 10, leaving him with a centaur versus my splatter thug. It's hard to know for sure. Or he's gonna take 4 and leave both my guys alive. Okay, he's gonna do that, which means he has Swift Justice. And that's kind of swingy. I mean, it's going to come out at some point. That still drops him to 8. 4 cards in hand. What I really need is another removal spell, and I have a fair amount. Another removal spell so I can get him, especially an instant speed one, get him into an unprofitable, or what he thinks will be a profitable block, which would have to be those 3 creatures plus another creature, all blocking at once, and where I could kill one and then end up killing 2 more. He'll swing for at least, he's going to swing for 7. Or more. Ooh. Interesting. He's got a plan and something to block with. So we attack again. And, I mean, if I'm him, I'm blocking with Drudge Beetle. But that still is getting some trample damage in. If I'm him and I'm conservative, I'm maybe doing a little bit more, but that's got him to 5. And this will potentially get us another turn out of the deal. So I'm going to be at 2 then. And what could I draw that would get me back to what I want? Since I'm not at 6 life, or 6 mana, I don't think I can get to what I want. Wow, he is ridiculously... Yeah, what I really needed was like a Rogue's Passage. And that could have gotten me there, but... As is... It's not going to happen. As soon as he blocks with something. Okay. And I did have some interesting creatures on the way, but not in time. Let's see. So I'm going to want to save my instant speed for maybe killing after he goes for one of his spells. Dreadbore was clunky, as it often is. If that had been Annihilating Fire. I could have waited until he went for a Rootborn Defense and then killed it in response. That would have been much better. Okay, yes, we want to play first. I'm going to say no again. Don't love this hand, but I'm willing to play it. And the spawn should be pretty good depending on how many times how successful he's been at populating, I guess. Well, I like that at least. That potentially does bad things to his early play. If you make something indestructible, it dies anyway. As far as I'm concerned, I would be willing to trade Cackler for Beetle. And he as well. Yes. And next up, hopefully something with 3 toughness. Because I love to get the stab wound on and just let the clock tick away. Although getting a spawn out is going to make me want to go elsewhere. So that I'm actually okay with. Potentially speaking the tack in, if he goes for Rootbound Defense, I could launch party in response. From here, he could Eyes in the Skies also, potentially. To see what he goes for. At this point, if you're Rootbound Defense, I wouldn't worry about it. Going for that Knight, I'm not really worried about it either. What's he going to add to it, I guess? So from there, it's going to die anyway. I might as well launch party. And what's up next? The spawn will outclass a Knight alone. But he's bound to have a follow-up. Or maybe not until my turn. Eyes in the Skies or something like that. Populate decks are so cheap. Keening Apparition just made. Kind of changed my mind on what the play might be, but I'm going to go ahead and put this out. And get it ready to attack. And hopefully he won't populate in the meantime. I'll get in with the Knight, and maybe with the Apparition. Just depends on what his plan is. And my plan, depending on what he plays, or if he plays, never mind, that changed my plan. So he will get another Knight token. But he loses that. I'm going to swing for the fences. Because if he wants to block with both of his Knights and have no tokens on board and have a 2-2, I would be okay with that. That's going to buy me more time. If not, if he's chumping or if he's... I don't even know what other theory he would have, but... trying to block with Axe-Beam Guardian. That makes sense. Gets me down to 5. That makes it tough. And the Street Spasm comes just a little too late. We could have had 2 red instead of... Give me a mountain, and you would have been dying. But instead I am. What's next? Some good cards, but still no mountain. Okay, well, there we go again. Looks pretty good, then you run into Selesnya. I guess that's the story of Return to Ravnica, and I'll see you again next time.